Hello, my colleagues. So, Access Bank, one of the biggest financial firms in Africa, recently just launched their right of issue offer. And many people have been reaching out and asking me if they should invest in it. Well, in today's video, we will be looking at Access Bank's right of issue offer and understanding if it is worth investing into. By the end of this video, you should be able to have a proper idea of how to go about investing in Access Bank's right of issue offer, and that is if you actually think it is a good investment opportunity after you have watched today's analysis. Do me a favor by smashing the like button, subscribing to the YouTube channel if you are someone interested in business and finance. Then you would also want to subscribe to my email newsletter where I document my journey as an African building wealth and share business and investment opportunities as well. There is always a link in every newsletter that I drop that you can use to join my private investing community for free, and as well you can get my guide on investing in the Nigerian and US stock market. This is paid actually. Well, without much talk, let's jump right into today's video. Let's go. So on the 8th of July 2024, Access Bank opened up their right issue for investors. Their unique selling point to participate being that for every 2 ordinary shares you hold in the company as of the 7th of June 2024, existing investors have the opportunity to purchase 1 new additional share. I know you might be wondering, what does this really mean? Well, anytime you hear the word right of issue investment, it means that the opportunity is only open exclusively to already existing investors in the company, and this is the case for Access Bank. The only criteria for investors to have the right to participate is that they have to have up to 2 shares in the bank as of the 7th of June 2024, giving them the opportunity to buy 1 extra additional share. Meaning, if you have 200 shares in Access Bank, you have the opportunity to buy 100 new shares at the issuing price of 19 naira 75 kobo. It is worth knowing that the offer will be closing on the 14th of August 2024, and they are looking to sell 17,772,612,811 shares. As an investor, one key question that would be on your mind before investing in this opportunity should be, why is Access Bank conducting this rights issue, and what would Access Bank be using the proceeds of the money that they raise from the right of issue to do? Well, let me break it down. One of the major reasons why Access Bank is looking to raise funding is due to the CBN's recapitalization for banks memo that was recently passed, where regional banks and commercial banks with national license were asked to have a certain amount of money in their hands. Taking a look at what the money would be used for, according to Access Bank, the proceeds will be used to enhance the bank CET1 capital, which is like a special money the bank can run and use just in case something goes wrong in the bank. The proceeds will also be used to strengthen the bank's balance sheet, support lending, IT infrastructure upgrades, and enhance distribution and product channels. In fact, they plan to allocate the money in the ratio of 65% will be for lending, 20% of the money would be for IT infrastructure upgrades and development, then 15% would be for enhancing distribution and product channels. It is actually a good thing that Access Bank went into the specific of how the money will be used, as this brings more clarity to potential investors. Now, let's jump into the nitty-gritty and try to understand where Access Bank is headed, both in terms of its vision and then financial trajectory, as this will help guide us in making a much more informed buying decision. From my research, I came to discover that Access Bank isn't just thinking about Nigeria, they are dreaming big. They want to be one of the top 20 banks in the United Kingdom by 2027. That's like aiming to be one of the best soccer teams in the English Premier League, but for banks. They are hoping that their UK branch will make $1 billion in profit each year. Access Bank also wants to be a big player not just in Nigeria, but across the whole of Africa. They are aiming to be one of the top 5 banks in the whole continent. The crazy thing being that they don't want to stop there as well. After conquering Africa and the UK, Access Bank wants to be known as one of the leading banks in the world. They have a really ambitious goal of having 125 million customers. To put that into proper perspective, that's like more than half of the population of Nigeria, plus millions more from other countries. Right now, Access Bank is already operating in 22 different countries. One of their big plans is to enter the United States market. These goals show that Access Bank is thinking really big. They are not content with just being a successful bank in Nigeria. They want to be a major player on the world stage. This leaves me asking, was that why they set their rights issue at a price higher than what their stock is currently trading in the Nigerian Stock Exchange? Well, before we answer that question, let's take a look at their financial performance so far. You see, Access Bank's financial performance over the past few years has been nothing short of impressive. Let's break down some of the key numbers. Access Bank's gross earnings skyrocketed from 666 billion naira in 2019 to a whopping 2 trillion naira in 2023. That's nearly four-fold increase in just 4 years. Their profit before tax jumped from 112 billion naira in 2019 to 729 billion naira in 2023. That's more than six-fold increase. After tax profit followed a similar trend, growing from 94 billion naira to 619 billion naira. Total assets more than tripled, going from 7 trillion naira in 2019 to 26 trillion 689 billion naira in 2023. For investors, the earning per share grew impressively from 2 naira 79 kobo in 2019 to 17 naira 23 kobo in 2023. Even better, the dividend per share tripled from more than 0.65 kobo to 2 naira 1 kobo in the same period. The recent performance of the company's financials in 2023 was wonderful. Loans and advances increased by 60.5% year on year, reaching 8.9 trillion naira. Gross earnings grew by 87% and pre-tax profits saw an increased 334.76% year-on-year growth. Despite rapid growth, the bank managed to improve its non-performing loan ratio from 3.2% in 2022 to 2.8% in 2023, showing better risk management in giving out loans to people. These numbers paint a picture of a bank that's not just growing, but growing at an accelerated pace. It's clear that Access Bank isn't just, talking big. They are backing up their ambitious goals with solid financial performance. Now that we have explored Access Bank's goals and financial performance, let's address the elephant in the room, the right of issue price. I know you might be wondering why the issuance price of 19 naira 75 kobo is higher than the current market price of Access Bank shares on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. This is actually a very valid concern, and it's something that worried some investors during the bank's fact behind the issue presentation. I know that it might seem like they are pushing people away from participating, in the right of issue. You might actually also think that as a smart investor, let me just go and buy more shares from the NGX. First of all, I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you think that a company that has an asset of 26 trillion naira is dumb? Here's what you need to actually understand. First is the long-term perspective. The bank's chairman, AIG, explained that the higher issue price is justified by the bank's strong earning profile. He emphasized that the bank's significant earning potential and robust financial performance being the reason for this valuation of their right of issue price. From a long-term standpoint, the bank might be valuing its future growth prospects higher than what the market is actually valuing it on the NGX. You see, the ambitions, expansion plans, and strong financial performance, just like the CEO has said, justifies the premium price, especially for investors seeking long-term gains. If you still think that, I'd rather go to the NGX and purchase Access Bank shares off there, it is important to know that there are high chances that as an existing investor, if you don't participate in the right of issue, your shares could be diluted, aka meaning that your ownership percentage might decrease slightly if you don't exercise your right of issue rights. Now, to make an informed decision on if you should still proceed in investing in the right of issue shares of Access Bank, it is important we take a look at some analyst insight and also the historical market data or market price of the stock. Stock analysts actually have set a price target of 29 naira per share of potential price growth in the coming years, exceeding the right of issue price of 19 naira 75 kobo, meaning that analysts think that the price of Access Bank could go up and hit 29 naira or probably 30 naira. Looking at the 5 years average share price historical data, which is around 9 naira, the closing price of 23 naira 15 kobo last year indicates a steady upward trend over time. Overall, Access Bank has shown resilience. If you own shares in the company and looking at the rights of issue, which I actually would encourage you to do, I will leave a link to a form in the description and comment section that you can fill, and my partners at Cordros Capital, one of the leading stock brokerage firms in Nigeria, will contact you and help you to facilitate your right of issue. If you enjoyed this video, I have another one where I walk you through how to participate in the Fidelity Bank rights issue and public offer. Do well to smash the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and don't forget to get my Investors Handbook guide. Join my email newsletter as well, which gives you access to my private investing community. All the links would be in the description and comment section, and see you on the next one. Ndewo.